What's good? Scrolling through TikTok, came across this lady right here. Her name is Umbria Evette, and she's asking a question that I think a lot of women need to ask before they make any decisions. And her question is to think twice before putting your child's father on child support. And I just want to listen to what she has to say, and then I'll come back and give my 2 cents on the back end.
Thinking about putting that man on child support, think twice, think 3 times, think 4 times, because there may come a time in life where you might be emotionally stable and realize like that wasn't a good choice. Let me give y'all a backstory. So my daughter's 11. Okay, she was born January 2014. I put my child's we mutually went and filed for child support October 2014. My daughter wasn't even a year old. At the time, I was young. He was young. We had just broke up. He was doing his thing. I was hurt and I was, going through things emotionally and having postpartum, and he was playing in my face. So I'm like, fuck it, yeah, we can do that. Did that. And baby, I'm trying to tell y'all, we've been in the process for years trying to get this man off of child support. The courts keep denying. They keep denying our paperwork. So he actually got a consultation from a lawyer this time to see like what is it, what are we missing, to get this court order dismissed. So he got some tips and tricks or whatever from the lawyer. So today we went and got the stuff notarized again this morning to submit to the courts, and fingers crossed that they approve it and dismiss all this shit because it's just not necessary. Like I said, he's from day one been an active father. He's been there in her life and financially supported her. So it was just something that we did because we didn't want to deal with each other at the time. And we was like, fuck it, we can get the court to, put something in order for us so we ain't got to deal with each other. And, it was just a dumb decision because now it does affect our lives. It does affect um, his life as well, his business. He does trucking. So now, his driver's license could be um, up for grabs and stuff like that. It's just a lot. It's a lot. I'm not trying to affect this man's life, like I said, because he does do what he needs to do for our child. I don't want to deal with the nigga. He keeps harassing me about the shit too. He's getting on my nerves. So I just want to be done, done with it. There was a time where I'm just like, fuck it. I've done what I needed to do. I'm not gonna keep worrying about it. You figure it out. But I'm like, let me not be selfish. Let me help get this stuff submitted. So we can move on with our lives in peace. And it's just the courts. That's what I'm saying. These courts truly love to keep black men in the system. They really do. Because they are making it difficult to take him off of child support. It was easy filing child support. It was so easy. I'm talking about we had a court date like in weeks. They had a court date for us set in weeks. Went to court, got that order approved, and he was paying child support by like the next 2 weeks. I'm talking about trying to get him off has been irritating, like, and annoying. It's like, what the fuck? If I'm telling y'all for years I want this man off child support, have the proof that, he's been helping out. It's just like, no, they want that nigga in the system. They don't want him to be able to move forward in life. But anywho, yeah, fingers crossed that this gets approved and they dismiss this shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling people who, whose child's father is not in the picture or child's mother is not in the picture to not go along with child support because it's there for a reason. But like I said, don't just act off of emotion. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, fingers crossed. If you think
Now, I think this highlights exactly what I was trying to say. This is a situation where number one, child support was not needed. The purpose that they got child support was because they didn't want to deal with each other. They have a child, so thus that choice is really out the window now. Your choice in this situation went out the window when the child was brought into the world. Now, with that being said, child support is something that should be done when, like she say, there no other options. There are people who are there at day one and they are not given the option. Immediately they get put on child support. That's how some people do. Just like this situation, the relationship just doesn't work out. People want to go their separate ways. Understandable. But they don't want to deal with each other. They don't want to see each other. So they put the government in between them to raise their child. Once you do that, it's impossible to get the government up out of your business. And some people don't even sign up for this. Some people go and apply for food stamps and they do the questionnaire, and next thing you know, the government finds out they have a child, the child's father is not living with them, and they are garnishing at that point. That's how that goes. So this is not a situation where uh every time a person, I mean, like, she went up there to the courts with them, with her significant other, and they chose to do this. When you do something like that, you pretty much give away your choice in the matter. The government is going to keep taking that money. And that's a problem because a lot of the time, the consequences behind not paying the child support is much more dramatic than anything that could have happened before. And this, for instance, like she said, I mean, when you put a person on child support, they become at risk for many other things. Number one, they may be put in jail. Their licenses could be suspended, revoked. Um, they could lose jobs. A lot of things can happen. But I do have to say that the comment section is probably where the most outlandish behavior begins. I mean, you have some people up in here, that are perfectly reasonable with their behavior and their thought patterns. Like Brittany right here, child support is for absent fathers and mothers, not failed relationships. That is a perfectly reasonable response to her question. But you look inside of the replies of that actual comment, and they say if the relationship failed, that means the man wasn't reliable. What? That doesn't mean that. That does not mean that. And it says that he's going on child support, so I'm assured my child will always receive the support he needs. Y'all too gullible for me. Now, with a mindset like that, why are you in a relationship? I just have to ask a question like that. With that type of mindset, why are you even in a relationship? And this person right here says, our relationship failed because for years I was being a team player, busting my butt to fill financial gaps and needs for the children while paying 50-50 in the home while he bought luxury items. So, yeah, child support is needed. I'll die on this hill. Okay, with your response, you actually are making the perfect reasoning for why child support was not needed. You said your relationship failed because you was being a team player, busting your ass to fill financial gaps and needs for the children while paying 50-50. So y'all were paying 50-50, and there were financial gaps. Where were these gaps? I don't know. I'm not the one to say, but you all were 50-50. So everything that dealt with the house, you're saying that you were 50-50. And you're mad because he was buying luxury items, so you're putting him on child support. That is not a reasonable response to put a person on child support. And I mean, there are tons of people in the comments like that. You also have these people down here. Hylam Susie, he's brainwashed you. Della S, don't let him scam you, girl. The scam, where is the scam? Was when the child was born and you put the person on child support. That was a scam right there. I mean, that is the original scam since it was created. That scam goes on that scam goes on more than the Nigerian prince scam these days. You have women who make a living trapping men and putting them on child support. Tell me, where's the scam that he's setting her up for? So I also see some comments down here, like I see a lot of people, this person is heavy, that's the name. They say I see a lot of people saying child support is for absent fathers, no child support is for inconsistent fathers. That I cannot say I agree or disagree with that. But men, you have to remind that the child has financial needs. That is a definite yes. You definitely need child support for that situation. Inconsistent fathers, it depends on what you mean by inconsistent. Because inconsistency in a father is one thing to one person and something else to another. For one person, it could be financial inconsistency, and for another person, it could be the time consistency. So that just saying an inconsistent father means that child support is needed. That is that is not a proving. That does not. This is not a statement that proves what you're trying to say. And I mean, someone like Myra, y'all go get that child support if he's not providing for that child. True, absolutely true. But the thing is, if he is providing for the child without the child support, why would you do that? Just why? And a lot of people, like I say, do not realize that the consequences of bringing the government into your life are far exceeding any type of consequences you would have had by actually working out a co-parenting situation. As simple as that. What happens if you don't pay? When court ordered child support is not paid, many actions may be taken. Some actions, such as tax refund intercepts, license revocations, passport denials, and child support liens, are done automatically. The requirements for each action is different, including the amount of past due support that is owed. Agreeing to and following a payment plan may prevent some, but not all, enforcements. Now, I have to also stress that these consequences vary state to state. So you have to check your state laws and check with your state governments to understand. I mean, your child support office, human resources department, or Department of Human Resources, I'm sorry, and find out what the consequences are, because there are states where jail is a consequence. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you, going to jail over a situation that is completely unreasonable in the beginning, that is not cool at all. And if there's any woman out there or man for that sake that feels as though a person needs to go to jail over child support, then I feel like you're just a horrible person. And don't worry, karma will come back to find you. But with all that being said, I'm gonna cut. Like I say, this is just a short one. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna drop another one. I actually want to delve more deeper into this child support issue. So, with that being said, if you like this content, tune in for more, subscribe, and drop comments down up in the comment section, and let's get a discussion going about this whole child support issue. Number one, should we be allowing people to put people on child support when the person is financially taking care of the child in the beginning? And also, should jail be a consequence? And for that, should license revocation be a consequence of child support? Let me know what you think about that. Until next time.